no one that her inspiration was the data integration software her father had licensed to the federal government. "I've been at this a very long time," said Kate. Bass's assistant brought another liter of vodka and placed it next to the pitcher of orange juice on the tray table in the aisle. Bass poured the vodka into his tall glass, seemed to consider the need for more OJ, and then thought better of it. He added only ice. "Haven't got all day," said the director. "Let's hear the best you've got." Kate did the nervous head jerk that she'd told herself not to do, tossing her copper-brown hair over her left shoulder and then her right. She collected herself and began by setting the scene. June, 1890. We are in the common dining area on the ground floor of a Lower East Side tenement building. There is a simple wood table with 2 chairs that don't match. Seated at the table is a young mother, Shayna Fine, breastfeeding a newborn. At rise, enter Hans Albrecht, a young man dressed in a summer suit and flat-brimmed straw hat. A portfolio labeled U.S. Census is tucked under his arm. "Hold, please," said Bass. "Excuse me?" "You're a playwright, not a costume designer. I don't give a shit what you think Hans Albrecht is wearing. Understood?" "Yes. Sorry." "Proceed." Kate feared she'd already lost him. Let me skip ahead to the good part. Albrecht is a census taker, and he is asking Shayna, the young mother, the series of questions he is required by law to ask. She shifted to her Albrecht voice, responding as Shayna. "Ma'am, what is your race?" "Jewish." "That is not one of the choices. Not sure why that is. I should mention it to my superintendent. White, black, mulatto, quadroon, octoroon, Chinese, Japanese, or Indian." What? "Quadroon. 1/4 African and 3/4 European ancestry. Octoroon is 1/8 African and—" Kate paused for effect, conveying the census taker's realization that the ancestral fractions were lost on Shayna. "Let me ask it this way. Are you and your children the descendants of slaves?" "Sir, my children are Jewish. Have you never read the Book of Exodus?" "Hold, please," said Bass, groaning. Kate looked up. "I was just getting to the good part." That's what you said 5 minutes ago. You can't begin a play in the gay 90s talking about kangaroos and macaroons." "Quadroons and octoroons. The terms are outdated and offensive. I get it. But that question is verbatim from the 1890 census. I researched it." "The cutting room floor is smothered in research." Bass tore the page from the script, crushed it into a ball, and pitched it into the aisle. He might as well have ripped Kate's heart from her chest. "But this is a critical point," she said. "The census of 1890 is the first time the U.S. Census Office used electromechanical tabulating machines." "So what?" "Our government got its first taste of technology, and it couldn't help but turn it against its own people. Suddenly, the Census Bureau could nail down the name and address of every single American with a drop of African blood in his or her body. This is 1890. The possibilities are so much scarier now. This goes to the heart of my theme." "What theme?" "Technology and the abuse of personal information." Bass poured more vodka. "Ms. Gamble, this is a playwriting competition for scripts about women's health and sexuality. We're looking for the next vagina monologues, or Menopause the Musical, not the next Snowden or Oslo." Kate blinked hard, confused. Bass definitely should not have started that 2nd liter of vodka. His assistant corrected him gently, his voice carrying. "Mr. Bass, the Women's Festival is next week." "Well, even so. Miss Gamble, you can't write a historical play that isn't historically accurate."